Alrighty, welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. We're just setting up for today's event. We're going to put a little timer on. That's your opportunity to check if the people you've invited are on this call. We'll be live streaming onto YouTube and to Facebook as well as here in the Zoom room. So people logging in from all over the place, type in where you're watching this from. We love the fact that we're in 74 different countries around the world, and we often get people who stay up really late to see this presentation. We'll be live in just a moment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're just setting up for today. Now, some people may or may not speak fluent English. So for those people, the benefit of those, have a quick listen to this.
Por favor, vaya a la parte inferior de la pantalla en Zoom o YouTube y haga clic en subtítulos para leer en español.
Kérlek, menjünk képernyő aljára, a Zoomon vagy a YouTube-on, a Closed Caption részre, és ott el tudod olvasni magyarul a feliratot.
Silakan klik di layar bawah pada Zoom atau YouTube dan klik caption untuk membaca dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Pour les sous-titres en français, veuillez cliquer au bas de votre écran Zoom ou YouTube sur CC ou Closed Captions.
Zoom または YouTube の画面の下部に移動し、字幕をクリックして日本語で読んでください。
請到屏幕底部點閱隱藏字幕以閱讀中文。
Παρακαλώ πηγαίνετε στο κάτω μέρος της οθόνης, στο Zoom ή στο YouTube και κάντε κλικ στους υπότιτλους για να τα διαβάσετε στα ελληνικά.
請到屏幕底部點擊隱藏字幕以閱讀中文.
אנא עברו לתחתית המסך בזום וביוטיוב ולחצו על תרגום לכתוביות בעברית.
Proszę zejść na dół ekranu na Zoomie lub YouTubie i kliknąć napisy, żeby przeczytać po polsku.
I love all those accents and all those different cultures and languages. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're blessed. Speaking of accents, you're about to hear a great one. Today we're actually going to hear from one of our preferred international presenters all the way from the, I say Caribbean, you may say Caribbean. And please join me in welcoming as your presenter today, we have Christine Francois. Over to you.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, Michael. You know, Michael and I was just getting into a really lovely conversation about coffee. And I'm a coffeeholic, so I don't know how many coffee lovers we have on this call, but I can't wait to have another one, Michael. And I am dibs on yours, dibs on yours. So let's see who is joining us this evening, Michael. We have got folks in from Western Australia, Toronto, Ontario, Florida, New Zealand, big New Zealand folks here. Love, love, love my coffee, says Michael. So folks, without further ado, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name again, as Michael said, Christine Francois. I'm coming to you live from the Caribbean. And my background is in, well, right now I am a wellness coach, advocate. I'm a former banker and corporate communications executive. I have to tell you that Neumi came into my life it was perfect timing. My friend Carl Thompson and business partner of 13 years called me just about 2 years ago and he said, hey, Christine, take a look at this very short video, 2.5 minutes, and get right back to me. I looked at it twice, Michael, and I immediately called him back and said, I'm in. Why was I in? Because I noticed that after turning 60, there were some changes happening around the face. And so I needed to get some things changed. So right now, I'm going to tell you the story of Neumi. So just allow me to share my screen and we will get right into it. So ladies and gentlemen, you might be asking, just who is Neumi? Well, we are the trailblazers, the innovators, and we're dedicated to revolutionizing health and wellness through our cutting-edge technology, Hydrostat molecular encapsulation delivery system. Let's talk about Hydrostat. Problem has always been, with everything, poor absorption rates. Studies show that up to 90% of oral supplements are not fully absorbed by the body. What this means is that only a fraction of the nutrients actually reach the cells where they are needed. Our solution is Hydrostat. We're transforming health with breakthrough science. Our proprietary production process, Hydrostat, sets us apart in delivering high-quality products that embody our commitment to excellence. Let's take a look at the component parts of our Hydrostat technology. Let's look at cell size. Neumi's molecular ingredients are between 10 to 100 millimicrons. What that really means is they're super small enough to be fully absorbed by human cells. And you see the human cell just down in the middle. The molecules and other supplements to the right get excreted from the body without being used effectively. Then there's surface area. Our cells only absorb the section of a molecule that they can actually touch. Hydrostat technology increases surface area so that cells can use the entire molecule. Hydrostat treated ingredients increase their surface area to be up to 200 times greater than non-treated ingredients. And then there is our delivery system. Neumi wraps up their ingredients in ultra-pure water clusters for protection and instant absorption, so that our supplements are absorbed before they make it to the stomach. And that's absorption in 70 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Water also doesn't include the potential toxicity that lipids, meaning fats, do. So you never need to take a break from taking Neumi supplements. So in summary, we've got our Hydrostat technology. It includes cell size, surface area, and Hydrostat delivery mechanism. Three key differences behind our delivery method. Now that we are able to get product to the cells, let's talk about the power of glutathione. Glutathione is called the master antioxidant. Glutathione is a protector and detoxifier of the cell. It's the key to the life, health, performance, protection, and longevity of every human cell. Glutathione also recycles itself to increase the effectiveness of other antioxidants like vitamin C and D. So let's go back one. Yes, let's go back one. There you go, vitamin C and D. Glutathione is one of the most studied molecules in the world, with over 100, now 93,000 studies on PubMed compared to vitamin C with about 78,000 studies. Let's take a look at what doctors have to say about glutathione. Dr. Oz says it's the most powerful antioxidant you've never heard of. It's one of the keys to fighting off the diseases you fear the most. It's called glutathione. Now write it down because it's critically important. Dr. David Katz, director of Yale University's Prevention Research Center, says if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body just isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione may be part of it, both cause and effect. In your body as you age, your glutathione levels decrease the longer you are alive. Continuous attacks on your cells by the invasion of toxins, heavy metals, and exposure to radiation and free radicals cause damage and expedite the aging process. Glutathione levels are also reduced by any trauma the cells encounter, such as injuries, infections, and diseases. And oh my gosh, 2020 really did a number on us all. Glutathione benefits. Let's take a look at high glutathione levels, what you'll experience, and low. High glutathione levels are associated with an extensive number of health, performance, and anti-aging benefits. Here's what it looks like when it's low. Weakened immune system, physical and mental fatigue, muscle weakness and aches, inflammation, premature aging and disease, dull or dry skin, gray hair or balding, brain fog and headaches, digestion issues, allergies, weight gain. How many people do you know with that experience? I do. Signs of high glutathione include boosted immune function, sustained mental and physical energy, optimal athletic performance, balanced inflammation, delayed aging and disease, healthy radiant skin, decreased graying and balding, balanced digestion, reduced allergic reactions, and weight management. I know weight management is always one of those big issues in my bucket list. How about yours? Let's take a look at our Hydrostat product breakdown. Here's an FDA disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Here's a problem. Glutathione decreases with age and environment, leaving no practical way to get it in the cells. Our solution is NutraSwish. Using proprietary Hydrostat technology, Neumi has nanosized our glutathione, L-cysteine, curcumin, and other ingredients to become bioavailable within seconds. That's 70 seconds, guys. Just orally swish for 30 seconds or longer. I actually swish for 4 minutes or 5 and then swallow. Experience these benefits with NutraSwish. Immune boost, joint support, clean and sustained energy, and rapid recovery. There's another challenge we've been facing for very many decades, and that is skincare. Skincare rarely gets past the first layer of skin, resulting in the need for many products. How many of you have seen a friend's, or maybe it's even yours, your dressing table? Lots of products. Skincare is also complex, ineffective, and expensive, often containing harmful ingredients. Our solution is Neumi Skin. Using Hydrostat technology, Neumi has nanosized glutathione, hyaluronic acid, curcumin, collagen, and more so that you can nourish your skin at its deepest levels. Here's what Neumi Skin does for you, and it's done it for me. Helps reduce pore size, smooth skin texture, lifts and firms, brightens and evens skin tone, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, fights skin aging pollutants. Now, there's another challenge that so many of us have a very real experience with. If not ourselves, then it would be someone we love. It could be our parents, and that's to find a clean solution for energy and focus. People often try to resolve low energy and lack of focus with harmful stimulants. I'm not naming names, guys. Our solution is Neuro, available in select markets. Neuro uses our Hydrostat nano delivery system to maximize absorption and effectiveness of the following ingredients: arginine, magnesium gluconate, L-theanine, caffeine, and other nutrients. Neuro benefits include enhanced memory, improved mood, increased focus, rapid energy, and heightened cognitive performance. Now, I remember, Michael, and everyone else, that just last year, McKinsey & Company had a very good report on women's health. Well, women's health is a serious business. Today's environmental disruptors are having increasing negative effects on women's health and hormones. Our solution is hers, available in select markets. Every woman knows about the inconveniences that cycles and hormone changes can bring into life. Experience rapid results through our Hydrostat technology. Every ingredient in our botanical formula was carefully selected to create a well-rounded blend of benefits. With hers, every woman can flourish. You get to experience alleviated bloating, cramps, and PMS, supports healthy hormone function, helps with hot flashes and night sweats, enhances mood and overall well-being. And I am told that our husbands and the men in our lives are very happy about this too. So here's some amazing feedback. Let's look at Lachlan from Melbourne, Australia. He's a 24-year-old powerlifting athlete, personal trainer, and gym manager. Week 3, he says, training recovery has been amazing, coming into each session fresh with no soreness from previous weekly sessions. Already hitting personal best months out of my next competition. And I can tell you, as someone who exercises 5 or 6 days a week, this is critical for me as well. In week 4, he says, using Swish around my training as well as post-training sessions. Even more personal best on my lifts, including hitting 270 kilos for 2 reps deadlift for the first time ever. Then we've got Denise in Louisiana. She's 34 years old, homeschooling mom of 3. She says, as soon as I started using NutraSwish on day 1, I immediately found I had way more energy. Also, prior to using the Hers product, every month I would have mood swings, bloating, and breast tenderness. However, since I've been using it, I found that I don't have any PMS symptoms at all. And then there's my friend Greg from Christchurch, New Zealand. He's 58 years old, self-employed in the pool construction industry. He says, I've been into competitive mountain bike racing for most of my adult life. In my 20s, after doing a half-day event, I would have nothing left in the tank. Now at 58 with NutraSwish, I'm able to go out and do multiple days of riding with energy to spare. Plus, I find I have good mental clarity, hardly any muscle soreness, and way faster recovery. Then we've got Janae in Hawaii. She's 55 years old, a natural health and skincare specialist. She says, wow, Neuro is a noticeable cognitive focus, clarity, memory, and energy boosting. Get a ton of stuff done, Swish, that I'll never go a day without. Anyone that knows me knows I have a severe attention span and memory deficit. So this is over and above the incredible benefits from NutraSwish, which also helps with those things. Then we got my other friend, Keith, out in Louisiana. He's 61 years old and a self-employed networker. He says that after suffering for almost a year with severe discomfort in his neck and shoulder from an injury, just 48 hours after beginning NutraSwish, I awoke realizing I'd slept all night long. That was the first time in almost a year. I was eventually completely without discomfort and able to return to my body weight exercise routine. Today, I am stronger than I've ever been. Let's take a look at some skin transformations. This is something that really impacted me because remember I said I was experiencing some sagging on the sides. Elaine says she swears she did not lose weight during this 30-day period. However, look at the impact in reducing puffiness in her face and around her neck. That's in just 4 weeks' time, guys. Notice the reduced appearance of redness, fine lines, and pore size. The results are out of this world. Then there's Linda from Ambon, Indonesia. She said before using Neumi Skin, her skin was dull and rough, and you can see that in the image on the left. But after just 17 days, we can see her skin become bright, soft, and clear. She also reported, I feel stronger and more enthusiastic because she slept much deeper after using NutraSwish too. Then there's this lady who's in her 80s from Nigeria. She sprayed her face with Neumi Skin 3 to 4 times each day for 4 weeks. Her results were astonishing. Notice the skin tone looks more even toned. Then there is Donna from Texas. She was overjoyed with her results from using Neumi Skin for 8 weeks. Notice her neck. The skin is tighter and looks like it aged backwards. And then there's my friend Sherry from Indiana, USA. She was one of the very first people to use Neumi Skin, and just look at her before and after results now after 6 years. So you can use Neumi's products for many years. And as I shared, I've been using it for 2 years. Wouldn't you agree? She looks like her younger sister. She's now 62 years of age. So with Neumi, there's a new you. Let's take a look at our vision and our founder, Stephen K. Scott. Steve Scott has spent his life searching for breakthrough products, purchasing the rights to those products, and marketing them on TV. Who remembers the Total Gym? I do. Over the years, Steve has generated over $4 billion in revenue. Steve was ready to retire until he found what he called the biggest breakthrough of his entire life, which is why he launched Neumi to share this technology with the world. Then we've got our president and CEO, Aaron Reynolds, who says, my aim is to ensure that Neumi is the most field-driven and responsive company within the industry. And in my 2 years here, I'll tell you, he is spot on. Our Science and Medical Advisory Board, members of our Medical Advisory Board serve on a voluntary basis, guys. They are not paid. They are driven by their belief in Neumi's groundbreaking technology without any compensation. To take a look at their full bios, go to neumi.com. Now we can talk about execution. So why Neumi-based business? Well, led by our field-based approach, we empower our team and partners to drive meaningful impact grounded in unwavering principles of integrity, transparency, and customer focus. And that's true. Together, we are shaping a healthier future, one innovation at a time. The home-based business statistics are incredible. With $186 billion in sales in 2021, that's up 3.3% since 2020. I can't wait to see what the new numbers hold. With 128 million people involved and growing fast. Well, with Neumi, let's take a look at what we are doing. We are open now in over 74 countries. That's 74. And Michael is about to go visit a few of them in 4 weeks. Over 200,000 members worldwide, unparalleled compensation plan, revolutionary business tools, a field-driven philosophy, free membership with perks. And one of those perks, if you like travel, you've got to speak with the person who invited you to today's call. So the opportunity is here to leverage the power of Hydrostat. Get a return on investment, there's residual income if you'd like it, and build your legacy asset. Our income disclosure statement, well, refer to Neumi's compensation plan for complete details. Earnings, of course, are based on individual effort, commitment, sales skills, and marketing conditions, with results varying among members. Neumi does not guarantee any specific income or success. At this time, I would like to turn you over to my friend, Michael Firth. Michael is a founding field advisory board member and Neumi's first Crown Diamond. I turn you over to him. He's just brilliant, and I'm so thrilled to have the opportunity to share this with you. Take it away, Michael.
Beautiful. What a great presentation. Thank you, Christine, for sharing it. And I love the international flavor when we get to hear I say Caribbean, whatever, tomato. When we hear an accent from there and then you hear an Aussie one, isn't it bizarre? Now, I've got the pleasure of following Christine and talking about our compensation plan. No one in the industry can pay as much as that, and I'll just tell you why. So if you took a traditional kilogram of ingredients and made capsules, you'll make 200 to 400 bottles of product, and you've got to work out your profitability accordingly. We just saw a company up to 23 years go broke in this industry, and the difference was they were owned by venture capitalists, where this particular company, we were in the black in the first 12 months, which is unheard of in this industry. And that's because our cost of production is so low. Most of this would go down the toilet and not absorb, as we know. Whereas in our product's case, we're using the same kilogram of ingredient. We can make 10,000 bottles. It's impossible to compete with our compensation plan. It is impossible to compete with our products. So let's hop into the compensation plan now. So we pay 53 cents in the dollar, not 53% of BV, which is usually 24 cents or maybe 38 cents. So we're paying way more than most companies. We split that into weekly and monthly commissions. So let me just start with the weekly. From a weekly commission perspective, we're paying 43%. And how that works is anyone you introduce, and this is an industry term called sponsor. Anyone you sponsor, you'll earn 25% on their initial orders. So if they're a customer purchases stay in this payment plan for life every week. You get paid amazing commissions. But then members, for the first 30 days, you'll get paid from this perspective. And here's the powerful part. And this is why network marketing is a great industry for us to expand around the world into 74 countries. Who do the people you introduce know that you don't know? You can get paid another 6 generations with 3% on the weekly commissions, which makes for a very lucrative, fast-growing business. Then we segue into the monthly. Now, the first monthly commission is a roadmap. It's designed to get the engine or the airplane off the ground. It's not your permanent focus, but it's a way of earning some pretty good commissions pretty rapidly. So the first level 1, we'll add an extra $50 commission on top of your existing commissions when you find 3 people who are members who are purchasing, like yourself, 100 points. When you help those people introduce 3, the basic baby step of that, then from there, you can earn up to 250 on top, and 250 on top of your bonuses. That's 3 by 3. Then help that go one more generation, 3 by 3 by 3, you can earn 1,500 as the monthly commission. Of course, that's aligned with needing to match up with certain ranks as well, which the person who invited you can explain later. So very lucrative to get the plane off the ground, but that's not where the big dollars are. That's actually quite small by comparison. Then we move into our monthly profit sharing, if you like. And that is, as you rank as a 2-star or above, you can then share in a global bonus pool of 1% with all the other 2-stars. When you reach 3-star, you share another percent shared with the 3-stars. But it's cumulative, meaning you'll get a share of both of those pools, right through diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, and crown, same. All of them culminate. Now, the cool news here is that I'm not in the Caribbean, right? But if the business goes berserk over there, even if you don't have a business over there, you're still profit sharing on that country, which is awesome. The next one's called the uni level. People are often familiar with uni levels, but in our case, when you kick off, you initially qualify for 3 levels deep. And then to unlock the 4th level, you just need to grow a total team turnover of about 1,500, and you'll unlock level 4 as a senior member. Then when 5,000 turnover hits, 1-star, then 2-star, right through to 3-star. And the 3-star is the first structural requirement. Up until then, there's no structure requirement required. Then we go through diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, and crown. And you can see that's all about just generating more 1-star legs to qualify for those commissions. The biggest commission that you'll ever get, and I use the analogy, it's a bit like the upfront commissions of Power of 3. That's like the McDonald's outlet selling burgers. You're earning your higher percentage. But then long run, being Ray Kroc, who is earning a share of all the McDonald's franchises across the world, that's when the infinity bonus starts to kick in. And that's why you keep helping people way outside of the uni level. So as a diamond, you can earn $2,500 a month cap on top of that. Double diamond, 5,000, 10,000 for triple diamonds, and 15,000 for crowns. So that's pretty exciting. Now, support and next steps as we wrap up. Firstly, the cool thing is you don't need to create anything. Sometimes leaders get in a company, they've got a good comp plan, but they don't have a system. We have systems for everything. Everyone's doing exactly the same way of building around the world called Neumi 123. And the resources we have is training videos, business planning tools, access to marketing assets. Technology-wise, we have a free app we don't charge for. We have company-created Facebook groups, which means they're safe. You don't have to get in anyone's cross-line groups and so forth. And then weekly, we have 4 different events happening in this room, the Neumi TV, all the time, which you can utilize as well. So as we wrap up, you have 3 key options, ladies and gentlemen. Either 1, I'm ready to get started, reach out to the person who invited you and say, sign me up, get me going. Or 2, you want to try the product, that's fantastic. Reach out to the person who invited you about that too, and they can get you some real quick. Or 3, you just want more information. And the person who invited you has an app with videos to answer every single question known to man in multiple languages, and they could utilize that to help you take the next step. So I want to thank you for coming on today, and also want to thank Christine for a fantastic presentation, and I look forward to seeing everyone